Liberals freak as Trump drops bomb on Daca and demands nuclear option by Adam Castellino, Politics U.S. News from AdWorldNews.com. President Donald Trump is taking a tough stand on Daca as Congress drags their feet. He's demanding a massive change, and as expected, liberals are losing their minds. Daca has been a thorn in our side for too long. The terrible policy created by former President Barack Obama has allowed hundreds of thousands of illegals to stay in our country. But they are stuck in a kind of limbo. They won't get deported, but they aren't legal citizens. So, what are they? President Trump has refused to support this toxic situation. He gave Daca a deadline requiring Congress to draft a solution, with Democrats and Republicans deeply divided on the issue. A solution wouldn't be perfect, but it would be better than letting Obama's foolish program continue. Months have passed and Congress cannot come up with anything. It's clear that while Republicans are trying to do something, Democrats refuse to work. Daca never meant anything to them. The policy and the people were nothing but props. The moment Trump made it a priority, the Democrats dumped it. Now President Donald Trump is demanding that action finally be taken. He is calling for Congress to craft a solution ending Daca. Sorry about that. Ending Daca once and for all. If Democrats refuse to do so, he is calling for the nuclear option, one that will cut them out of decision-making for good. President Trump on Monday once again hammered lawmakers over immigration, demanding Congress pass stronger border legislation and imploring Republicans to use the nuclear option if necessary. Trump has previously called for the nuclear option, which would require the Senate to change rules to end the filibuster. But Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has dismissed the option in the past, saying Republicans will welcome the filibuster when they return to being the Senate minority. On Monday, Trump tweeted that the U.S. must build a border wall, but argued that Democrats want no borders, hence drugs and crime. He also said that a deal to help dreamers, immigrants in is dead because the Democrats didn't care or act. Daca is dead because the Democrats didn't care or act, and now everyone wants to get onto the Daca bandwagon. No longer works. Must build wall and secure our borders with proper border legislation. Democrats want no borders, hence drug and crimes. Democrats are not interested in helping people, even illegal immigrants whom they claim are so precious to them. It's obvious that illegals are simply a prop liberals use to get political power. Just like women, gays, and minorities, Democrats promise them the world for votes, but when asked to do something to help these groups, Democrats are suddenly quiet. President Donald Trump made Daca a priority early in his administration. In his State of the Union address, he made fixing immigration a top priority. In recent months, my administration has met extensively with both Democrats and Republicans to craft a bipartisan approach to immigration reform. Based on these discussions, we presented the Congress with a detailed proposal that should be supported by both parties as a fair compromise, one where nobody gets everything they want, but where one country gets the critical reforms it needs. Source White House. Since then, Democrats have been surprisingly silent over the fact or the fate of Daca and other illegals. There has been little movement in Congress on resolving Daca. Democrats can't even negotiate with Trump and the GOP. If they did, there might be a reasonable solution, but why do that when you can complain, obstruct, and blame everyone else? It seems like the only time Democrats get involved is when they help illegals evade authorities. Recently, we've seen liberal mayors protect aliens from ICE raids in California. There weren't these weren't the nice, quote, families the Democrats pretend to love. They were criminals with violent records. They were people guilty of armed robbery, rape, domestic abuse, and DUIs. I guess those are the only people whom Democrats will stick their necks out to help. Birds of a feather, I suppose. Democrats' pathetic obstruction of this issue won't deter President Trump for 1 minute. Either they get on board or be left in the dust. Trump began tweeting over the weekend on immigration from Florida, threatening to pull out of a free trade agreement with Mexico unless it does more to stop people from crossing into the U.S. He claims they're coming to take advantage of protections granted certain immigrants. He said Mexico must stop the big drug and people flows, or I will stop their cash cow, NAFTA. Need wall. The U.S., Canada, and Mexico are participating in tense negotiations over the North American Free Trade Agreement at Trump's insistence. Trump says NAFTA is bad for the U.S. Mexico has got to help us at the border. Trump, holding his wife's hand, told reporters before the couple attended Easter service at an Episcopal church near his Palm Beach, Florida home, source told Fox News. It won't be a problem for Trump to get Mexico's help. The master negotiator can easily convince the nation to get on board with improvements to the southern border. They won't like it, but how well do you think they'll fare without NAFTA? The Mexican government will be eager to offer support to President Trump if it means keeping a lucrative trade deal. How sad is it that our own leaders refuse to work with the president? Perhaps these hacks should be voted out of office once and for all. You think maybe? You think they should be voted out? Yeah. And anything to do with the immigrants coming in? YouTube censors it. So, what does that tell you? In other words, what is it? You're for this invasion to take place? I have no idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.